Episode of Hold My Sage Mediumship Rising. And I know it's streaming through to Facebook and Substack. So if you are here with me, if you discover my live, please comment and let me know that you're here. I want to tell you a little bit about what Hold My Sage Mediumship Rising is all about, firstly. This is the space where there's some real conversations, guest mediums, where I'm pulling back the curtain on not just practicing mediumship, but living with it. There'll be live readings, as I said, guest mediums, once I get settled and comfortable and working out how all this live stream is going to work. We are here every fortnight, every second Monday Australian time. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm Kerrie Waring and I'm your host. I've been a psychic medium for over 25 years. And I guess, over 2 decades as an evidential medium for sure. So I want to tell you a little story about why Hold the Sage Mediumship Rising. And that's, I guess, a couple of years ago, as I was moving to the Central Coast, I've been guided by Spirit to put my evidential mediumship on the back seat. And throughout that time, the guidance has really come through where I've been deepening what I call my mysticism. And that's my creative connection to the universe and living it from that space. And it has meant that my evidence and those style of readings, those style of connecting with spirit, connecting with loved ones, has taken a bit of a back seat. But I went to bed the other week really feeling a need and a desire to want to balance it all out, to balance out my evidential mediumship with my mysticism, and to just bring it all into my life and into my work and how I serve others more seamlessly, not so separate, not so much, more rooted in oneness. And often we compartmentalize mediumship and particularly evidential mediumship in a box. And I know I used to do that when I was, 20 years ago. Certainly that was the view of it for me as well. But my personal journey has, I guess, grown so much more than that. And so I don't just want to keep it compartmentalized into this is what or who I am. I want to share all of my medicine with those that I work with. So that's what I was doing. I was thinking, going to bed, thinking, and really wanting to create that seamlessness and that sense of oneness and bring the balance. And so the next day, I really sort of have really felt a wobble, truthfully, in regards to my evidential mediumship, because over the last couple of years, I haven't had a great deal of opportunity to work with that. So there's a little bit of a wobble. And what I was doing was looking at offering a small number of free readings in the way of bringing that back into my work. But, Spirit generally had a completely different plan. Because as I sort of was putting that together, I was getting ready to send out some emails to my email list. And that night, as I went to bed, Spirit said to me, there's a new dream that's going to come through tomorrow. Don't do anything. Hold off until you know what that is. I'm like, okay. So the next morning when I woke up, there was a great sense of expectation. A real sense of expectation around that. And what came through was the inspiration for hold my sage, mediumship rising. I knew that it had to have a focus of mediumship. That word needed to be in the title. And of course, this is spirit going, you think you have a wobble, but hey, we've got to actually move you out of your comfort zone. And be at a space where you're more okay than what you're thinking, to be honest. So spirit is going, yeah, no, you're not getting away with it that easily. Like, let's just put you out there, shall we? And I hear it's been a long time coming, because I know, like, over the last 12 months in particular, there has been a number of times of where I felt the urge to do regular lives. But it's really been coming to it in a way, finally finding a way that I feel comfortable with, that works for me. What is the right platforms? How am I doing it? And it's really bringing that sense of peace and calm with it, so that, because if I'm in that space, then I allow more of spirit to come through. And it's not just about performance and doing readings. It's more about being present with spirit to allow you to feel that, allow you to embrace it, so that you can see in the mirror of my relationship with spirit, that you might see yourself, that you might see your own connection to spirit, and up level your sense of oneness and harmony with the spirit world, is what I hear. So that is essentially what we're all about here, and how Hold My Sage Mediumship Rising came to be, because I see it growing. I have a big vision for it. I want to have lots of fun and joy with it. So I'm inviting you to join me on that journey. And if you are a medium, if you want to share a moment with me at some point, then please reach out. Now, while we're here, I'm just going to check that this is actually streaming through okay in some way. Yep. Oh, excuse me. It looks like it's okay on Substack, and I will just checking my phone to see how we are going on Facebook. Not sure if we've hit it up there, to be honest. Oh no, it says we're live. Pretty cool. Yep, we are. It's streaming to both Facebook and Substack, so all good. So if you are here watching me at all, then please, by all means, let me know. Now, I have specifically chosen a time to come and share with you in a time that suits me, that works with my schedule, that gives me the best opportunity to sustain this. You know, I'm well aware that this may not be the perfect time for the Australian audience. And perhaps occasionally I might rock up and do an evening. But this is a time that works with my schedule, and I'm not all for chasing algorithms these days. So I've let go of that and completely trust that in what works for me and um, what is in harmony for me will actually grow. You know, like this was not something that this was definitely inspired, brought through from spirit. It wasn't just an action that I thought, oh, this could work. It is definitely just a space of where we need to be. So I want to create an environment where I can sustain it. And for me, that's this time. So that's why we're doing that here. I want to start with at the beginning of each month. If you've been following me along for 2026, you'll know at the beginning of each month I've been doing what I call is my cosmic current. And that is where I've been delving into the energies and for each month, what is in the collective, what is energies that will help us create greater soul alignment and give us the best opportunity to create opportunity from that, to expand and grow. And I know at the beginning of August, when I did the cosmic current, I actually drew a oracle card for each week. And so here we are in week 3, right? And that deck that I used was the Whispers of Lord Ganesha. Now, I am loving this deck. It feels feminine. I've been using it most of this year. I discovered it on my trip to Bali last year, which was October 2025. And it feels a real pleasure to work with. And I do also feel the connection to Ganesha in him coming in and clearing the way. And I guess, and I will share this with you because I feel like this is not just necessarily what's been happening for me this year. It's been happening for a lot of us. In that this year there has been that real clearing of the way. And as we've been doing that, those pieces of the puzzle have been dropping in. And right this week is the card that I drew at the beginning of the month called Empowerment. And what sticks out for me is certainly it's solar plexus energy. So it's stepping into your power. And I do feel right now we are at this space where there are opportunities being presented to us this month. And it's our choice as to whether we step into them or not. But they will define your life for the coming, definitely the coming few years, if not decade. They are strategic, they are definitive, those opportunities. But as always, there is that sense of free will that we have. Do you choose to step in or not? And that this is the opportunity is rooted in you stepping into your power. It's rooted into you owning who you truly are. And I want you to see that it's flowing through August, and certainly here, um, for those of us that are choosing to do that. I know for me that stepping into this live streaming is part of that process. And to be honest with you, it wasn't even an inkling for me at the beginning of August. But here we are. Here I am, knowing that it's guided, stepping into it, and trusting that how I need to do it, how I need to show up will be in that way. Um, and certainly, I would certainly be saying to you, if you have a similar opportunity, if there is a new job, a doorway opening up in that way, if there is a new relationship presenting for you at this time, perhaps you're at the edges of that, of getting to know someone. Perhaps maybe that getting to know someone is also getting to know yourself. Perhaps it's a spiritual awakening time and a new pathway of self-discovery. And in particular, if that is inkling to do with your relationship to spirit, opening up your psychic abilities in any form or capacity, then by all means, go for that. Don't hesitate. This is not a time to hesitate. Just step into the empowerment of it, because that's what this week is all about. But we've had the energy flowing through a little bit the whole month of August. But here it is. It's presenting with us this week, and I urge you to look at what's going on in your life with awareness, because it's already present, right? It's not necessarily something that is new, about to drop in. I would say it already has, but perhaps you're questioning it. Already has stepped in for you. Perhaps it's you can't see the full potential of it. And part of that is visualizing. Part of that is, I know last week's card was all about splendor and a real inspiration of seeing how magnificent your life could be, and really owning and taking your dreams and taking your visualization techniques to what would it look like if you truly believed in yourself? What would it look like if you owned your power? If you owned your dreams and really fully believed and stepped into it? And so the opportunity that is presenting is coming from all of that. So believe in yourself, own the opportunity, and really take it, sit with it, and really visualize how magnificent it can be, beyond what you would normally expect. And if you need help with that, if you need help to do that, then I certainly urge you to book a chat with me. Book a soul strategy call. It's a free 20 minutes where we connect. We can sort out your next step, and you can get to know me, and I can tell you then how I can help you achieve it, how I can help you with support. And certainly, if you're not ready to dive right in like that, then by all means, come and join my school community. It's called Sacred and Sassy Soulpreneurs Rising. And it's definitely for those women who, like myself, have medicine from their soul, their spiritual gifts in some way, and are using those to help serve others, and have a spiritual business, and perhaps are stuck not necessarily seeing their bank account reflect the effort that they're putting in, and therefore also need a little support with not just strategy, but healing your relationship with money. And this is where a real, soul meets strategy community unfolds. And I'm there to support you with that. And I guess the whole soulmate strategy is really, it's a reflection of who I am, who, having had my own spiritual business for, over 25 years in the spiritual space. It's been a lot. It's been a big journey. It has been a challenging journey. So I guess I'm sharing with you what I know, what I understand, what I've learnt about my creative connection to the universe, about my relationship with money, about my relationship with my spiritual business, and my relationship with my mediumship. And by all means, that is there. I share that in an effort to support you. So, by all means, that is where we're at. So, we have this empowerment card coming through. And what I want to do right now is let's pull a second card to see how this is unfolding for us right now. And I'm going to just pull another card from the deck. A deck is by Angela Hartfield. As I said, they are beautiful cards. Beautiful. And I always just go with a card that stands out for me. And it sort of, is an intuitive tap, I guess, to sort of say that's the card. And as much as I've been talking about stepping into the opportunity, stepping into owning your power, stepping into the opportunity and the guidance that you are receiving right now to move your life forward. And what I'm getting is that it is divinely supported, that and what I'm hearing is that support is going to come to you in unexpected ways. It might be something out of left field. It might be something that you are at risk of missing. But I'm hearing Spirit wants you to see it, wants you to know that support is there. So just know and trust in that space. Know it's there. Ask. One of the things that we often forget to do is when we need something, we forget to ask Spirit. We forget to ask for that support. And if you're like a lot of women, those in the spiritual space, those with a spiritual business, often we find it hard to ask. We find it hard to receive, but that in itself can be a real block. So challenge yourself with that. And if this speaks to you, whether you are here with me live, whether you are watching the replay, then by all means, please let me know. Open up and receive. Let me know what opportunity is presenting for you. Let me know how we can support you to achieve all of that. And with that, I'm going to leave you to it. Say God bless. And I'll be here again in 2 weeks' time with Hold Your Sage Mediumship Rising. And by all means, if you have any questions, if you want to join me as a guest at some point, then by all means, please don't hesitate to reach out and connect. And I will see you again soon.